Beautiful day to be out riding. I found a new film spot. What do you guys think? I mean, this is on the backside of a baseball complex. It's the first day of school today for the kids, so there's no one going to be playing baseball out here. Swing a leg over the ZX4RR. We're going to talk about Honda's CB1000F. It has just been revealed, sort of, kind of. I'll explain what's going on with that motorcycle, but let's get onto the bike. Oh gosh. Inline 4 like the CB1000. Well, the Hornet's getting good reviews, especially the parallel twin, as I've already made videos on. But the problem with the Hornets for me is not price performance. It obviously does that really well. The problem with me with the Hornets is that they're so damn ugly. I don't know where this goes, so we're exploring a bit today. This might be a nice little area to just kind of tool around on. It'd be more fun on the Grom. Oh, there's a whole backside for parking here too. Holy cow. Over at the Suzuka Raceway in Japan, of course, Honda just tracked two CB1000s, all right? You have a CB1000, that's kind of the concept. The CB1000F was a concept that debuted not that long ago. And obviously it's a straight rebadging and re-fairing, I guess you could say restyling of the less than pretty CB1000 Hornet. Okay, and I'm like, man, this is the bike they should have launched with. You might be saying, Kirk, you know, the Z900 RS exists, you know, the Katana's out there if you want retro. You know, one of the bikes that I drove that I absolutely loved was the Speed Twin 1200 RS. That bike was an absolute ripper. This Honda's kind of looking like a 1980 CB750. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And in fact, it reminds me in styling of one of my favorite bikes of all time, which is the ZRX. I never had the means to buy one, a ZRX 1100 or 1200, especially with the bikini cowl. I think they're some of the best looking modern retro bikes, I guess if you call it liquid cooled standards, ever made. The ZRX, it's just absolutely beautiful, especially with the Eddie Lawson racing colors on it. One of my favorite bikes of all time. Now, the Z900 from Kawasaki looks pretty good, but this new CB1000F and CB1000F SE is the bee's knees. Oh gosh, that Dragonfly got smoked. And as bad as the Honda CB1000 Hornet looks, we know it performs great. And we're just taking that greatness and we're plopping it into what the bike should have looked like, in my opinion, from the get-go, which is like that retro styling with the CB1000F. But at Suzuka, they showed something new, which is the SE. And the SE has that bikini fairing, which I'm all about. Over the round headlight. I think it had some other upgrades too. Like by the time it comes to market, it might have better brakes, for example, than the standard, you know, Hornet. But I think, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, we only get the Hornet 1000 SP. We don't get the non-SP, so we already get the upgraded suspension on it, and we get the upgraded brakes. So it's not like, you know, performance is needed. Oh my gosh, I have so much of that Dragonfly on my face mask. And so the SE also gets like a radiator guard, it looked like, maybe some other finishings. I like how they elongated the exhaust pipe too. It looks like a better standard old school exhaust pipe. God bless America. It's all the speed I need, but the CB1000 is awfully tempting if it comes out. And you might be saying, Kirk, it's still a concept, but Honda not only showed the CB1000F, they showed the SE, And they showed the Morikawa Concept, or whatever that bike's called. It's a private tuner, which had the cowl on it. That was at Suzuka too, and the belly fairing and the clip-on handlebars. That bike looks absolutely insane, and I would love to do that to a CB1000 in the aftermarket if possible. If the round headlight model comes out, and I sure to God hope so. Do you want the cowl? Do you like it better than the HORNET, the SP that we have? Do you think it looks better? Here's the Everglades, guys, if you're wondering. Here it is. Here it is. Any given day I could stop and see gators in there if I wanted to, but I want to live today. I'm actually looking for gators right now. They're pretty sly. If they don't want to be seen, they won't be seen. But anyways, nope, that wasn't it. It was just a plastic bag, false alarm, and some tires in there. More trash than gators, unfortunately, in that bog. You have to always assume every body of water in Florida has a gator in it, and in the ocean we have sharks and other things that can kill you. So anyways, jeez Louise, I forget how much third gear just pulls. Obviously the CB1000 with 150 once tuned in America, because it's so neutered in our market, but that CB1000 can reach 150 horsepower to the wheel, which is just amazing for the amount of money that you would spend on it. So anyways, you know, I loved my MT-09. I loved the power. I didn't like the sound, and I know the CB1000 would fix that with the inline 4. And I didn't like the MT-09 because of the looks. It was just ugly. All right, but the CB1000 just, it hits all the feels for me, almost. At least for a muscle bike, it hits all the feels. You guys know that I still want that CB or GB500 air-cooled single from Honda. If that came to the market, I would buy it immediately. I mean, this is kind of fitting for me right now for a performance bike. I don't need a CB750 or a CB1000. Those are both faster, and this is fast enough for me. But that CB1000, man, they nailed the styling. Now they just need to bring it to market. Put some mirrors on it. I think that was the only thing it was missing from the most recent prototypes. They just didn't have mirrors. And on my Grom, I just put a little mirror down here because it looks so much better without the mirrors. I know a lot of people do that with this Kawasaki as well, as they'll put the blade mirrors on, which look cool. Also in Honda's camp, they just teased the V3R compressor, the sound for it. It sounds like an electric motor, because it is an electric motor for the intake. And oh, we have a Porsche behind us. They would absolutely dust me. I'm not going to be racing Porsches. But yeah, the V3R compressor, that bike's going to come. It's got the 2 cylinders in the front, the 1 in the back, with the electric assistance to bring compressed air to the engine. Oh, this would be a great area for a dual sport. That would be a lot of fun. Not that much exploring going on, but it looks fun. Well, they just brought the speed limit down to 45 here, but I don't see any construction. Anyways, we'll just play it cool. The pricing of the CB1000F and the SE, it needs to be on point. It doesn't need to be that much more actually than what is on the market. If they can come in under the Z900 RS, then they have a straight winner on their hands, and with a lot more power too. So we'll see. Time will tell. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more moto vlogs on the channel. The kids are back in school, so honestly that means I should have a little bit more time to get on the bike, get on 2 wheels, and to do news updates as well. So I'll see you guys in the comments. Oh, by the way, this week I'm also getting delivery of Honda's tiny little dual sport, the XR150L. I'm getting it for a long-term loaner, so if you have any ideas or topics you want me to cover with that kind of Grom powered little dual sport, just go ahead and comment down below. and I'll put it in the topic blog. But I'm gonna turn off here, maybe do a quick acceleration pull, and we'll close out the video. Have a great day, guys. Be safe out there, and peace.